Yukio Hatoyama, the presumed next Prime Minister of Japan, has made it fairly clear that he will end at least one Japanese collaboration with the international community: the refueling of naval vessels in the Indian Ocean taking part in international stabilization efforts in Afghanistan. The U.S. government has repeatedly praised that effort. Ian Kelly, a State Department spokesman, says Washington will wait to see what Japan decides on another security issue: whether to contribute troops to the Afghanistan effort.
A stable, prosperous Afghanistan is in the interests of the entire international community, including Japan. But, of course, it's up to each country to determine how they can best contribute to that effort. And we, of course, look forward to a discussion of what kind of role Japan will play.
Afghanistan is one of several areas in which some political analysts believe Japan may cool its cooperation with the United States. Meiji University professor Tomohiko Taniguchi says Mr. Hatoyama's party, the DPJ, views the U.S. relationship as less central to Japanese foreign policy than the outgoing conservatives.
And it's evinced by the conviction that many DPJ politicians seem to have of the necessity to reduce the footprint of U.S. military still further. And they're talking about reducing the amount of so-called host nation support budget to the United States.
Washington stations about 50,000 U.S. forces in Japan. The United States says it will not renegotiate a recently completed deal on U.S. military bases here. Jeffrey Kingston is Director of Asian Studies at the Temple University campus in Tokyo. He says this is a good time for Tokyo to get proactive in relations with the U.S.
Under Obama and this multipolar world, allies are going to be asked to pony up. What is Japan willing to do? Don't just say, this is what we can't do, are not prepared to do, our Constitution prevents us from doing. Tell us what you can do.
In Asia, one thing Mr. Hatoyama may do is seek tighter economic ties with China, Japan's largest trading partner. He can also put some distance between himself and Japan's militaristic history. He vows he will not visit Tokyo's Yasukuni Shrine, where war criminals are enshrined alongside other war dead. That is already getting a good reception in South Korea.
Without visiting the Yasukuni Shrine, the new Japanese government will be welcomed by the international community, and they can keep a positive relationship with my country.
The world may have some time to wait before Japan raises its voice on international policy. Mr. Hatoyama campaigned almost exclusively on domestic economic issues. Kickstarting growth is likely to be the new government's main focus during its first year in office. Kurt Achin, VOA News, Tokyo.